Iran opened its first underground Air Force base last month. The object will be used to deliver counter-strikes against Israel or other countries. The head of the military department of the Islamic Republic said an analysis of images from a recently discovered underground Air Force base in Iran has shown that the site is likely being prepared to house modern Russian Su-35 fighter jets. The New York Times writes about it. The new deal between Tehran and Moscow means that military cooperation between the countries has entered a completely new phase, experts say.
If Iran gets the Su-35, it means that Iran will be able to defend its skies very well. And then that special operation that Israel keeps putting off to prevent Iran from getting a nuclear arsenal, then it will be much more difficult for Israel to do it later. And not only will it be much more difficult for Israel, but also for the United States. It is not clear under the contract how many missiles Iran will receive, because a plane without missiles, without means of destruction, does not make sense. The question is whether Russia can now export air-to-air missiles, which they themselves need.
Iranian media write that the Russian Su-35 is one of the most powerful fourth-generation fighters in the world. According to experts, the deal between Moscow and Iran does not involve military barter, that is, aircraft in exchange for Iranian drones or ammunition is not considered.
Most likely that this is not a barter, this is a sale for money, and rather it is a business contract for which the Iranians pay money. Iran's aviation fleet is so outdated that these aircraft, no matter how many they are, 24 or 35, they will not solve any problems in the region. After all, for example, the Israeli park is superior both in quantity and quality.
In recent years, Iran has moved much of its critical military infrastructure underground. However, this does not prevent Israel from launching strikes, including the underground nuclear facility at Natanz, which damaged centrifuges. However, the United States, Israel's closest ally, is increasingly concerned about Iran's military activities in the region. This was stated by U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin during the last meeting with the Minister of Defense of Israel.
Iran remains the primary driver of instability in the region, and we remain deeply concerned by Iran's support for terrorism, its dangerous proxies, its nuclear advances, its aggression at sea, its cyber threats, also calling on all of our allies and partners to step up now at this hinge moment in history.
The United States and Israel agreed to step up measures to curb Iran's hostile regional activities. According to Western media, during the meeting, Pentagon Chief Lloyd Austin and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu discussed new possible military operations against Iran.
Now I think they discussed what a special operation against Iran might look like. It will either be joint like the United States with Israel, or it could be an alliance, as when the alliance was assembled to dismantle the dictatorial regime of Saddam Hussein in Iraq.
In turn, Netanyahu emphasized that if the allies do not make any serious efforts to contain it, Iran will become a nuclear state altogether. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Христина Домбровська, UATV News.